Call the Board of Health or a meeting to order at 5:34 p.m. If everyone could please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. Okay, welcome everyone. Item number 1 on the agenda is Monique Josie. If you can just come forward, you can have a seat. You can have a seat or at the podium, whichever you prefer. Just state your name and your reason for being here.
Actually, it's Monique K.
Sorry.
K-A-Y. That's okay. And my reason for being here is I wanted to raise the question about the litter in Dudley.
Okay.
And ask if we're consciously aware of the litter.
Oh,
problem.
Absolutely. We are absolutely aware of it. Okay, so we do have an Earth Day once a year where we have many groups that volunteer to go up and clean out the streets of Dudley. We have a Boy Scout troop that has adopted a stretch of road. They do it once a month, except for during the heavy winter months. We try to educate people, we work with the police department the best that we can. We don't have staff availability or anything to patrol it. Highway will go if we get a report of something, if someone calls in and it's a larger object or something, occasionally Highway will go pick it up and try to dispose of it. And anything that we pick up has to be paid to get disposed of. It's not, yes, we have the recycling center, but everything costs us. Tires on the side of the road, mattresses cannot be, they're not taken at the recycle center. They're not, those are a big item that we have problems with. Right. Anything? Do you want to add anything, Camille? I mean, we are very well aware of it. We try to work with the other 2 departments.
All right, so how long has that plan been in place?
The Earth Day?
Yeah. And like the Boy Scouts because obviously it's not working.
At least 20 years.
You drive up through the courthouse, you come in through Connecticut, you come in through Oxford. Yeah. It's disgusting.
Excuse me, I'm so sorry.
It's not being taken care of, and it's accumulating.
It's done once a year. We only have the finances to provide for an Earth Day once a year. We do have a husband and wife who cleans Tufts Hill every year, and we have a group, it used to be the church group, that goes down and does Schofield Ave every year. But it's once a year. I'm so sorry.
And like I said, it's not working. It's what about our highway department? They're on the clock. They don't
have the manpower to go around
just
picking up trash
once every couple weeks and pick up
trash. As of right now, they're still short 2 positions.
So our solution is just to let it accumulate and not.
Do you have any? We're more than happy to hear.
How about trash receptacles? Even in Quick Stop, I walk Schofield Ave every day, and I've picked up trash bags of nip bottles. And where are the signs? Yeah. This is a Massachusetts state law. I've talked to the highway department in Dudley 3 times about putting signs up for littering.
I have asked.
And I'm wondering why those still aren't being put up.
I'm told.
Because when someone sees a sign, I know there'll be some that'll be like, hey, I'm not paying attention to that, but you'll also have people that will see the sign and know that they're going to be fined. Why isn't it being enforced?
Right.
This is where we live.
I have asked about no littering signs. They come directly from the state. They have to be worded a certain way, and there is not money in the budget for the highway department. That's what I've been told.
Okay, that's not acceptable.
I understand that. I have no power over that, and we don't. The Board of Health budget, we are minimal. I get a free dumpster every year so that we can have Earth Day. I apply for a grant every year so that we can have the supplies for Earth Day. we don't get, I have a 10-hour a week barely agent. I don't even have a full-time agent, so
Right.
that we have no one to go out and police it. Earth Day is run by our clerk, and then the three of us are there, volunteering our time to do it.
Yeah.
We're the ones who are there, getting, we try to get the word out to get more people involved, and we try to make more people conscientious about it. I mean, we're welcome to any suggestions you might have.
I was just thinking even trash receptacles, there's nothing in front of Quick Stop, there's nothing in front of the library, there's nothing in front of, even near that used to be a spa place next to Subway, it's disgusting. You come in through the mill from Connecticut,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
gross.
It's nasty.
People
And,
throw
like,
that out
not-
of their window, right? So with all due respect, even if we had a trash receptacle, they're not gonna pull over.
And this
There's
is
no
where,
lights
this is
there.
where, like, this
So-
is a state law, and we have
Absolutely.
our police
Yeah.
officers, and I don't know what they do, and this isn't to put any blame or shame on anyone. I'm just, like, wanna find a solution to, like, even someone sitting there, or, like, I mean, you wouldn't believe the amount of nip bottles and
I know,
tickets I pick up
we
off
do
the
know.
ground. This is
do.
daily.
I live
Yeah.
across from Yummy's, and we
Yeah.
clean that corner, and same problem. The nip
Hey,
bottles
but I
are
mean, I really think, where would I go to talk to someone about the signs for the highway department? Is that the selectman's office?
I would contact the selectman's office.
Because they told me to come here. And it's like,
The highway department sent you to us?
no, the selectman's
The
office.
selectmen sent you to
They
us?
said for a complaint. And I said, well, it's not it's
No.
not a complaint, it's bringing awareness and trying to find a solution. Because there are solutions, you
Oh,
put signs up. You go down to Capatchit, Rhode Island, you drive every 5, 10, 20
Oh.
miles, and there's a sign, it's beautiful,
Yep.
beautiful town.
Yep.
There's no trash anywhere. You drive into this town and it's gross.
Oh, trust me.
And even Webster and Oxford even the highways in Oxford.
Yep.
It's just, you don't walk into your house and see trash all over your floor.
No.
This is where we live.
And I know that in my area of town, I go out more often and take a bag with me when I go out walking and pick up trash and bring it back. It's just become part of what we do. And I understand. It's a frustration with us. It is.
Schofield Ave, that house that burned down right across from Quick Stop, right over the wall on that property, all their trash is there. And where's the accountability for the trash that came off of the house that they just tore down? Like, they're not even picking it up.
Yep. And I don't know about that. I haven't seen that one. There's a difference between just trash and building debris.
It's debris from the house coming down, but I mean,
Yeah.
there's just no responsibility here.
And unfortunately, the Board of Health is limited, and you can answer more about it, Camille, with what we can do regarding trash.
Yeah, so the housing code, if it's on private residence property, we can cite the property owner. Enforcement isn't usually, we can send out letters, but you can send out letters and you can send out letters and you can send out letters. And again, with having minimal, I'm not here full-time as the health agent, so our resources are limited as to, what complaints that we are prioritizing.
Right.
So that's definitely one of the challenges as well. So, I'm happy to go out and do drive-bys and send out an initial letter, but then it's the follow-up on that. Right. If someone receives a letter and throws it out as part of their trash, the follow-up on that is really what is the time-consuming for staff resources.
Right.
No, we agree. It's horrible when we work to put on an Earth Day and we have a group that goes and I'll just use Schofield Ave. They have cleaned it amazing. And then that's done on a Saturday. By Saturday night, there's trash out there again.
Yeah.
And it's
Picked up 3
upsetting.
trash bags, and I had to do one a week in my bin just to get rid of it.
Yep, it's upsetting. It is extremely upsetting. Again, like I said, we're open to ideas. If there's anything, we try to put out information, try to put out information that, trash attracts rodents.
Even incentives for the high school. Take a day off of your work and you can go pick up trash. Who wouldn't want to go outside and sit in the sun and rather than do work. I mean, incentives for these kids at school and,
Yeah.
I mean, I know they can't stand on the side of the road and pick up trash for their safety because everyone lives in fear,
But
but.
we do reach out to them to try to get them involved in our Earth Day. And very often, we get a lot of Girl Scouts and Boy Scouts and Cub Scouts
Yeah.
and church groups.
Yeah. Mop free.
And map free, yeah.
Yeah.
Map
Where
free.
do you post all this stuff? Do you-
It's social media, the front sign, the website.
All right.
We post it on the Nichols radio station and
Library?
the library. Yep. And all forms of social media, as well
Okay.
as the town Facebook
right.
page and town website. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Oh,
for
no,
your
we
time.
appreciate, you
I'm
know, we
definitely
appreciate
gonna follow
you.
up
We
with
all
the
feel the
selectmen's
same way.
office and I'll talk to the state senate or something about the signs.
There you go.
Yeah.
I mean, it's,
I appreciate, you know, you having concern in your effort to do what you can.
it's
We
just, I
appreciate
mean, this
it.
is where we live. I mean, it has a direct effect on your internal chaos. You see trash outside, you're not
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
feel good inside.
No, I
We all
completely.
And it directly shows how we feel inside. Because if we cared about how we felt inside, you wouldn't look outside and see a bunch of stuff all over the place, but.
No, I agree. Thank
But
you very
thank you.
much.
Thank
Oh,
you.
no, thank you.
Feel the same way.
Item number 2, the fire chief with Mace Polymers is being postponed till next month. The information was not ready yet, so that'll be the next meeting, which is the 18th of April, I believe, off the top, April 18th. Okay, up next will be, opening up our public hearing at 5:45, and I'm gonna call Nick from Tobacco Control. Ricardo, sorry.
That's okay.
I don't know how I got Nick, sorry. If you wanna come up, identify yourself, give us a rundown of everything. Rick, sorry.
It's Rick. Ricardo.
I'm so
Yeah.
sorry.
No, that's
It's
okay.
been-
No worries. I've been called worse today already.
I won't call you anything worse than that, so I apologize.
Are we starting with one store first, or?
We're starting with Patriot Gas.
Okay, Patriot Gas. Let's see. Okay, so January 14th, 2023, a compliance check was conducted at this location, and at that time there was a sale to a minor.
Okay,
A little background history, as recently as March 6th, 2022, they're on record as having another violation, not for a sale, but for the sale of a, or for a flavored product rather, in-house. So we're here for the second violation in less than a year's time. With this particular violation, it does carry a $2,000 fine and a suspension of the tobacco permit for 7 days.
okay. So $2,000 fine, 7-day suspension. Okay. So, do I have someone from Patriot Gas here? If you would like to come up and just identify yourself, please?
Hi, I'm Krishna Patel, and this is Govin Patel.
Okay,
We both partner and owner there.
okay,
And we had the guy, it was the last week, he was leaving, quitting his job. And we tell like all my employee all the time to check ID. And I don't know how he make mistake, but like he was leaving, like it was his last 5 days left to quit his job, and he was going away for permanently. So I don't know, I think he wasn't paying attention. And I also do my own compliance check all the time, hire somebody from the bank when I go to the Webster, if I see somebody young,
okay.
and drive them around to different location and help them buy beer or cigarette and like that. And we also got the new system where it's not gonna, every time somebody say make a sale, it's gonna ask him for the ID.
Unfortunately,
So
you're still responsible for any employee that, if they sell to a minor, it's still a violation with the
We
state?
did pay the fine, which is fine. I mean, I didn't mind with the fine, but I'm just worried about the 1 week suspension.
And unfortunately, because it is your second offense within such a small time period, that's what the state requires. So we don't have a lot of leeway with that. You know, I just want to, Rick, I'm correct.
Yes, and I actually looked at the local regulation too.
Yes.
Because for the second offense, it is a 7-day
Yes.
suspension.
Thank you. So unfortunately, because it was your second offense, the mandatory 7-day suspension will go into effect. You know, something you may want to think about, I know it's costly, but this is going to cost you losing tobacco sales and everything, is I know a lot of places that you have to scan the ID.
No, yeah, we installed, that's a new scanner now.
That's good, because
Which pop up with transaction like over 21 side, and you can scan ID too.
Because that's the only way that you're gonna truly stop underage sales, unless you're there 24/7, you know what I mean? Saying that you check all the IDs,
Oh,
because,
we tell them all the time, check ID under 50 every day, and
yep,
sometimes when they're like living or like that. And that's the reason I hire people and do my own too. I'd rather get them fill mine maybe. Usually they don't when I send it people,
okay.
but
So, so I know that a suspension will start on a Friday and run for 7 days.
Right.
Okay.
And the suspension is scheduled to start this Friday, the 24th, and run through Thursday, March 30th.
Okay, so 3/24 through 3/30. And do they know what they have, like, what they're required to do?
Yup, so all tobacco products must be removed from public view, and you must display a sign that clearly states that there are no tobacco sales for the duration of the suspension.
Okay. So unfortunately, do either of you have anything you'd like to add?
No, I'm completely very clear on what our responsibilities are as far as the Board of Health is concerned and what we can do, and I'm in agreement.
And so, just so you're aware, if, I'm reading what the third violation within a 36-month, within 3 years, if you get another violation, it's a $5,000 fine and a permit suspension of 30 days. So,
That won't happen.
I'm hoping that with your new
I
system,
know.
everything will be scanned and there'll be no issues, and we shouldn't, hopefully will not see you again going forward. You know, I understand it's a difficult thing, you know.
Yeah,
and-
I mean, we're losing the Newports and all that now, you know, we don't have it.
Right.
Connecticut, right down the road, they have it. That's why I was hoping, like, if we can, I don't know, I know, it's just, he says town law.
It is, unfortunately, yeah.
So there's no way to lower the days or anything?
No, we cannot. Just one moment. Yep. So, unfortunately, and that's why we have the Tobacco Control Alliance. They go out, they take care of everything for us to monitor it so that the state. Do you have any additional questions from us?
No.
Okay.
Outside.
Thank you. If you can just come on up to the microphone.
I was just wondering, so is that Dudley that makes those laws, or are you guys following state law?
There's both, if I'm correct, yeah.
So
both.
would Dudley ever be able to override that state law?
We can't, and correct me if I'm wrong, if the state has a law, I'll let you go, because you know what I'm trying to say.
Local regulations can be more strict than state laws. However, we cannot be less strict. So if the state law sets the fine, the $1,000 first offense, $2,000 second offense, $5,000 third offense, our local regulations could not say, instead of first offense of $1,000, we can only charge you $500. We are not allowed to lower that price, because that is, you have to go by whichever is stricter. But regarding the suspensions, that is a local regulation that specified for the 7 days based off of this.
So the town of Dudley just did that for,
These were regulations that were adopted
Okay.
Yeah.
So would you be able to, not suspend it if you wanted to?
Not, because our regulations state that we have to.
Okay.
No, we would have
So it
to
is state.
redo all regulations, see what the state is
Okay.
saying, and then again, follow suit.
All right.
And I will just add that the state requirements also indicate that a second violation requires a suspension of 1 to 30 days or more per local regulation. So the 7 days was defined by our local regulations. The state regulations, there is still a suspension requirement.
All right. I just asked because.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I just asked because there's no room for human error here. And it's just, when you hear these people speak, you can clearly hear that it wasn't done intentionally and things happen. And sometimes if we don't attach everything to it and just it is what it is and that's it, but again, that's looking at the state and.
Right. Okay. Next public hearing for Marty's Tobacco is 54. Okay, Rick.
January 14th, 2023, compliance check was conducted at Marty's retail location with a sale to a minor. There is no violation history within the past 36 months, so they fall under that first violation fine structure, which is a $1,000 fine and a permit suspension of 3 business days.
Okay. Anyone have any questions for Rick?
No.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll call up someone from Marty's if they'd like to come up. Identify yourself.
Good evening. I am Marty Neski,
My name's Donna Pachelski.
Donna Pachelski.
My name's Alexandria Kersey.
Okay, they are the co-managers of the store. I don't come here to expect to overturn this thing. What I would ask for, though, is on the 3 days, if you could make it a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
The state specifically says that any suspension has to start on a Friday.
Are you sure of that?
I can ask my representative, that's what I was informed of by this morning by the tobacco.
That suspension is set to begin on Friday the 24th.
I know when it's set to begin. Does it have to be set on that same day? I don't believe it does. I think you can set it any 3 days you want.
No, I know Joan called this morning.
Joan said these are the days. Joan is the tobacco.
Yep, she said it has to start on a Friday. All suspensions, regardless of how many days it is, must start on a Friday.
She sent an email too. I
Okay.
gave you each a copy.
I don't think you're
It
right.
might be in there with the details.
Let me just look through.
You should each have a copy.
Joan, yep.
It simply says suspended for 3 business days. It doesn't say when.
I can just tell you what she told us, and she is the head of it. That's what she told us, is that it has to.
Who is she?
Joan from the Tobacco Control Alliance, she's the head of it. She's the one who sets everything and all the information comes from, and she told us all suspensions must start on a Friday.
All right.
I apologize, we're following the state rules.
Okay, that being said, we know what happened here. It's an odd set of circumstances, but it always is. But I've been in business since 1977, in one form or another, all of it selling tobacco. I've probably been through dozens of these stings. The last one I remembered, I don't think you people realize how these people are doing this out in the field. Because some of the stuff they're doing is really dirty pool. They're not just coming in and plunking down and saying, you know, give me a pack of those Marlboros. No, this girl came in, and our employee was sick. She was covering a shift for somebody else who was even sicker than she was. But at any rate, that's got nothing to do with it. But the fact is, she came in, she talking the girl up, chit-chatting, this, that, and the other thing. Where's the Cumberland Farm? Where's this? How do I get? Oh, give me a pack of those Marlboros. Very, very sneaky.
And
No, no, no.
unfortunately, you might have someone who does come in and try that and not be from, I mean,
It doesn't matter. The fact is, the rules are the rules, and the rules are supposed to be, you guys are supposed to be straightforward. They sent the kid in to me, came in years ago, maybe it was pre-COVID. This kid had to be 6'2" or 3", weighed 220 or 30 pounds, enormous. Flannel shirt, big full beard. Asked him for his ID. He plunks down his wallet. I looked at the wallet. I couldn't see the date on the wallet, on the license. I asked him to take it out. He had the date turned over so it couldn't be seen. This isn't fair. You can defend it all you want. It's lousy. It's lousy.
I appreciate you saying that. I can just tell you that, you know, unfortunately, it's a difficult situation. I'll let Rick, go ahead.
There's nothing difficult about it if you play by the rules.
Excuse me. I'm going to let him explain to you.
I can't speak to the situation 3 or 4 years ago with, you know, a larger youth. Some of the kids that come in all shapes and sizes, some have a little more facial hair than others. They're all underage. Relative to this particular violation, there is a standard protocol that all of the programs throughout the state follow. If the kids are not instructed to necessarily go in and initiate conversation, but they're not instructed to be rude either. And if
We have the video. We got the video of it. We know exactly what happened.
Okay, so I'm just explaining what Tobacco Control Alliance does. They're not instructed to be rude either. If a conversation was initiated, you know, the kids will reciprocate typically. There are protocols in place for if the kids are asked their age, their response is to be their birthday. This is statewide, this is across the board for all programs. The program is not trying to entrap anybody.
Oh, don't give me that. This is entrapment to the nth degree.
Well, the onus does fall on the merchants.
Of course, but it's still entrapment.
Whether it's, you know, the owner or staff that's there to check everybody's ID. That's what it comes down to.
I would suggest if you want to start picking up the rubbish on the side of the road, you have these people do that. Their time would be better served.
Sorry you feel that way. So you are aware of when the suspension will begin?
Fully aware of it.
And,
On Friday, yep.
okay.
Oh, do we have to physically remove the tobacco products, or can we cover them
Okay.
with?
Not in sight, is what
Not in
Correct,
sight.
so not in sight, tobacco doesn't need to be removed from the
I know what they
location.
do.
Sorry, what?
Cover it.
I know what they do.
Must be removed from public view.
Yeah, so I just wanted to make sure that we didn't literally
Yeah.
have to take them off the
So
shelf.
everything is
or
covered and
cover it.
the public can't see it.
And does the sign have to say something specific, or does it just have to say that we're not making tobacco sales these days?
Sign that clearly states there are no tobacco sales for the duration of the suspension.
Do you want the words on the sign is what I'm saying? Or can I can just say, no tobacco sales from March 24th to March
Yep.
26th?
You must post a sign that clearly states there are no tobacco sales for the
Got
duration
it.
of the suspension.
Okay, cool.
And
Thank
you, just to remind you, still have the $1,000 fine.
Yeah,
That needs
yeah.
to be presented.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, up next, we have Quick Stop, which they are not here, but it was their second offense, and I just want to touch base with you to make sure we're doing everything correctly.
Okay, I only have the 2 locations.
Okay, so Quick Stop, we would just follow just like we did for Patriot. It was their second offense.
Yep.
They need to pay us, and they would be,
Subject to the suspension. If they did not come to contest
Right.
and kind of plead their side of the story, then the penalties are automatically
perfect.
implemented.
And then the same thing for our other one, which was Angel Share, which was their first offense, they'll do the 3-day suspension.
3-day
with the
suspension
1,000.
and the fine.
Perfect.
Yep.
I just wanted to make sure
Mhm.
we're understanding it. It is newer to us, so we just want to make
Oh,
sure
yeah, no, absolutely, yep.
we're following it the
Yep,
way we should.
of course, and any questions before Joan is, I don't know, Joan's mother just passed away, so that's
Oh, I'm
why
sorry.
she's not here, yeah, but she knows all the answers, and, Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just kind of last minute filling in.
She was great. She called Amanda this morning, gave us all
Okay,
the information, explained to us that they have to start on a
Yep.
Friday, and it was wonderful, so.
Okay.
And I appreciate, and I apologize for getting your name incorrectly.
I'm in public health as well, and believe me, I know exactly how it goes. So, no worries, yeah.
Now, does the Tobacco Control Alliance do checks during the suspension?
This was their second.
Yes, so during the permit suspension, what will happen is an inspector will go in to make sure, and then in addition to that, a secret shopper will go in as well.
Okay.
To make sure.
Okay.
So,
Good to know.
yeah.
Thank you.
Great, thank you.
Okay.
That's good. And will we get follow-up just because they were during a suspension as to how it went? Or can we inquire?
You can absolutely inquire.
Perfect.
The only follow-up you would get is if
They
whether
violated?
the inspector went out or secret shopper went out and the retail location is in violation, they
Okay.
actually sell a product.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you so
Okay.
much. I
All right.
appreciate you coming out.
Okay, have a good
Thank
day.
you.
Have a good night.
Yeah, sure, go ahead. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Okay, up next is the discussion updates on bike rodeo. We're,
I'm still waiting to hear back about, oh no, that's right, that's Earth Day. No, that's bike road, yeah, I'm still waiting to hear back about the sunscreen. No one got
Oh,
back to
still
me.
from that company?
Yeah.
Oh.
But they're in Australia, so it took a
Oh,
while
alright.
the first time, so I don't know, might have hit their spam, so I'll try again, so.
okay, and we're,
still in
excuse
good
me,
shape.
sorry. We're just moving along and we'll keep going.
Okay.
All right, Earth Day.
That's coming up quick.
It is, I can't remember the date.
Almost a month.
Yeah,
22nd.
'cause it's
April 22nd.
April,
Right?
yep, April 22nd, 8 to 12 at the Highway Garage. If you are in need of gloves, bags, any supplies, and you'd like them beforehand, you can contact the Board of Health Office at 508-949-8012 and set up a time, and Amanda will be able to get you some stuff. You also can come that morning, sign out. Please let us know if you have a group. I know I did receive an email from St. Anthony. They have a group that'll be going out. If you have a specific area you'd like to do, by all means, let us know. We do have some areas that we know need to be cleaned up. And we hope to see a bunch of people on that Saturday morning, and hopefully it's wonderful weather and things will be good. Public health nurse reports, comments.
None.
Cool. Health agent reports, comments.
Sure. So I also have a couple somewhat nurse reports from our public health nurse and regional epidemiologist. Overall, COVID cases have been down, so you guys are doing well with that. Right now, the Vaccine Equity Initiative is coming to an end as of the end of this month, so March 31st, which is the state's program with the $75 incentive to have people get their COVID vaccine. While that initiative is ending, the state is still available to help with any mobile clinics or organizations that are interested in continuing offering mobile clinics. They just won't have that incentive tied to it. And our epidemiologist was actually able to break down all infectious diseases for 2022. We had 136 influenza cases, 8 foodborne illness cases, 36 tick-borne, and 1,424 COVID cases over the course of 2022.
That was for Dudley?
Just for Dudley.
Yep.
Makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah. So that is what I have for that.
Okay.
Regarding the health agent report, we are having great success with the consulting firm Alsco Food Check, who has gotten to 17 establishments so far. They've also conducted 3 re-inspections, so 20 inspections so far. I've heard very great things about the re-inspections that they have done. Establishments, operators are excited to have them in there, proud to show them all of the improvements that they've made. So we are having a lot of good success with them. No major issues at any of the establishments that aren't being brought into compliance during the re-inspection. Lastly, with the governor's order regarding the end of the emergency, state of emergency, all of that. Mass Health members will need to be renewing their coverage soon. So within the next week or two, we do have a flyer that we can have posted on the website that goes over what you have to do if you're on Mass Health, but there is going to be a lot of people statewide who are either dropped and have to recert and provide additional documentation, and provide any updates to Mass Health regarding their health insurance. So we will have that posted.
Okay. Excellent.
That's it.
Now, with the spring coming, I'm sure we're gonna have an increase of housing complaints, as we always do with the change of the season,
Yep.
so, yes. Just be prepared for that.
Yes.
Any questions? Okay. Approval of the minutes from February 28th, sorry.
Make a motion to approve the minutes from the February 28th, 2023 meeting.
Second.
You weren't here, right?
I was not.
No.
here.
Okay, so I'll second it, you can abstain. Any further discussion?
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
2 in favor, 1 abstention. Public or board comments?
When do we want to readdress the
Yeah.
body art?
We didn't put it on because we thought we were gonna be having Fire Chief and Mace Polymers. They'll be
Yes.
at the next one for sure. So, we will get it back on, absolutely.
And was there a new business that opened where, like kind of across from the mobile Dunkin' Donuts? Where the graphics place was?
Oh, I don't know,
Oh,
For
there's-
Body Works?
Yeah.
There might be, we did get an inquiry a couple months ago for someone looking to come to town to open a business, but we did not have regulations at that time, so there was no permitting process or anything. So I don't know if they followed through, I don't know where they were gonna be located. Okay.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we don't have regulations, so
Yeah.
we can't.
Yeah, we don't have a number as to how many there are or anything like that.
So
Okay.
we will be working on
Yeah.
that.
That just caught my attention because I drive by it every day. And I was like, when did that open up? Okay. Interesting. So hopefully April or
Yeah,
May?
we'll have it on the agenda,
Okay.
depending on
How
how
busy
long.
the schedule is.
Yeah, because Mace Polymers is gonna be a little bit,
I'm sure.
and we're inviting all the public that surrounds it. We've been asked to send out letters to them so that they can attend, and if they have any concerns, because the LSP is going to be there
Good.
with
Oh,
the fire chief.
fantastic.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
wonderful.
that'll be a good, probably lengthy meeting.
Yeah.
And that's April 18th.
I just wrote it down.
Okay. Just making sure.
Right here.
Okay.
Stop that.
Any other comments, anything?
No, for me,
No, I just have, nothing, spring's coming. Everybody be safe. If you need a bike helmet, contact the Board of Health, 508-949-8012. We have bike helmets. And, yeah, so that's it. I'll entertain.
Make a motion.
Motion and a second. Any other discussion? Seeing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Passes unanimously. Meeting adjourned at 6:12 PM.